Welcome back to another edition, off-season edition of Cake Eaters Avalanche podcast. We're joined today by Nathan McKinnon and Campbell Carr, coming to you live, and Jesse Pugliarvi. So we got a lot of guest stars today. Action-packed show for you. Blake, I want to start off by talking about Ben Meyers because I want to just here really quick. Let me pull this up for you. Let's I wrote this little article yesterday about Ben Meyers and his career.
I'll be right back. My coffee's sitting right here.
Oh, he needs his coffee. Mr. Starbucks man. All right, there he's back. All right. Did you know that Ben Meyers has one of the greatest high school hockey seasons that I've ever seen? I
did not as of yesterday.
If you'll direct your season if everybody will direct their attention to the 2016-17 season, where for Delano High of U.S. High School Hockey League Minnesota, he had 99 points in 25 games, 46 goals, and 53 assists, and he had 21 points in 6 playoff games. That is silly.
It's pretty good.
That's just ridiculous. I can't even, he just went from 35 points to 50 points to 61 points to 99 points. And just so everybody's aware, 17-minute periods in high school hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming run time, if he was scoring that much, his team was probably winning by 7 goals a game.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was a mistake or something. I guess not. Yeah, but I didn't look at you pretty much outside of his Avalanche tenure. You look at Ben Meyers and really good. And even his Avalanche tenure hasn't been great. It's kind of crazy that he has yet to record an assist as a member of the Avalanche.
Yeah, he's got 4 goals.
But doing this article, I guess we're just going to talk about Ben Meyers for a second here. I learned 2 things. One, his PDO was awful. 9.72 PDO last year. Only ad that came close with regular minutes was Sam Girard at a .982.
Really bad.
Also really bad, which, maybe a little bit of an explanation for, Sam Girard. And then to kind of go along with that, his expected goals for at 5v5 was 55%. So it's safe to say that Ben Meyers got a little bit unlucky last year.
Doesn't drive a lot of play, but he's pretty good defensively, actually.
Yeah.
There's just really not a whole lot happening when he was out there.
Yeah, the problem, I think, right, but he creates more chances than he gives up. I think the problem is that he's playing with Andrew Cogliano and Logan O'Connor.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change, but, we'll see. I don't think he's the worst option for the Avs 4 seeds.
No, I think he'd be a great 4C.
Yeah. Oh, I think, you get him because he also had an injury last year. He played 30 games in the AHL. So
and he scored 22 points, was it? 24 points.
24, yeah. 24 points.
Pretty good.
30 playoff game in 30 games with the Eagles. Played 2 playoff games with them. But yeah, he was a point per game. He was almost a point per game player in the World Championship for USA, and the World Championship isn't incredible, but NHL players play in that.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot about Ben Meyers, and it was kind of fun because that dude has had a pretty fucking outrageous hockey career. He also started high school. He also started college hockey at the age of 21. So,
right.
Yeah,
it's been pretty interesting. Pretty interesting guy.
He is a really interesting guy. Yeah. We didn't we didn't get to talk about his contract, right? That happened after our last podcast, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, we can touch on that a little bit. He got signed to a 1-year contract at $775. Just 1 year, but it's also one way. He's also waiver exempt though. So I don't know how much that means. He can still be sent down, so I don't really know what the whole point of the. I don't know. Maybe that was why the Avs were willing to do a one-way.
Yeah, I mean, it just means when he's down in the AHL, he'll be being paid a lot still.
Oh, right. That's why. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's
like because like a two-way guy, you're paying him way less in the AHL.
Yeah, they're getting like 100,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But the chances are we'll see a lot. I mean, the Avs have yet to sign anybody else since the last time we did a podcast. They've signed.
It's got to be coming, right? Like it was around this time last year when they signed Erod.
Yeah.
The closest. I feel like there's one more coming.
The closest thing to an NHL player that they've signed is Riley Tuft.
Right. Tufty. Is it Tufty or Tuft?
I don't know. I learned he was an Av because of that one highlight he had in the Debut League where he like dangled Sam Polinski.
I think it's Tufty.
I don't know. Does it have pronunciations?
I don't know. He's really bad though. Apparently, really good skater. Not very good at anything else.
Like, I mean, he's an AHL guy.
Yeah.
So that don't make sense. I just scrolled down. USA like 2.45 points per game in high school hockey. Dude had 100 goals.
Yeah,
nuts. Yeah, that's kind of it. But then they also gave Stienburg an ELC. We'll see how that goes. He heard that he was pretty solid with the Eagles during his AHL tryout. And I know him and Sam Polinski are buddies because they played at Cornell together. I don't know, for whatever that's worth, but yeah. It's been pretty quiet. We could talk about the other things around the league or
Starbucks discontinued their raspberry syrup, so I brought some in to the store so that I could make myself raspberry lattes.
That's
all day. That's what that is.
That's I didn't know they even had it. So
they had it forever, and then they discontinued it like probably a few months ago.
That's weird. Where'd you get yours?
Is it just like Tarani, just Amazon.
Tarani so they just
syrup, you know.
Well, yeah, isn't that what they use at the store too?
No,
it's
they don't. Starbucks' own brand.
No, they have their own thing. That's pretty crazy.
So yeah, it's delicious.
I wish I'd known about that. I would have tried it. It sounds pretty good.
They did a lot of raspberry stuff, but my favorite is just a raspberry latte.
Raspberry latte, dude. I kind of want that, but I can't because they don't have it anymore.
Just go to my store. I'll make you one.
That's true. That's all I gotta do is go to Blake's
store. I'm not allowed to do that, but I just do it anyway.
What else do we got here? We could talk about Ilya Lyubushkin getting traded. How it happened.
Oh yeah. Where'd he go again?
Anaheim.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get to the
blockbuster. Real blockbuster there.
I thought it was a weird deal because, like, I understand his contract isn't the best, but also, like, I feel like I'd rather pay that guy $2 million than Eric Johnson $3 million. No offense to Eric Johnson, just he's not a $3 million player anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. I was talking with Jesse Montagna the other day because he came into my store. And we were talking about, like, he said, like, there's maybe a chance that the Avs, like, would trade for him. But I'm like, dude, even, like, given how like he would have to have a massive step up from last year, and even at like 1.6 million. No, Johnson. Labushkin.
For EJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was only a 1 year deal that he signed.
Right.
So like if
he'd have to turn a corner.
Yeah, no, he'd have to like this would have to be like his like one, most guys have it like their last like a resurgent season towards the end, like they're kind of fizzling out, and it's like
I think his resurgence was the 2022 playoffs.
I
think that was it. I think that was it. Yeah.
Well, I will say I don't think he'll be as bad as he was last year. One thing that
especially just late after the ankle thing.
Yeah,
before that, I thought he was like not great, but it wasn't a disaster.
He was fine, but yeah, no, the ankle thing. But then you also got to like he's an older dude, and then they made the big playoff run, and then short off season. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be worth the $3 million that Buffalo's paying him, but I also don't think he's going to be nearly as bad as it was last year.
No, it's not going to be like, ooh, get this contract off the books,
Right. Yeah, they're not going to be desperate to clear up his cap at deadline time.
No.
Beau's here.
Hi, Beau.
What are you doing? One thing that I don't know. I've heard this cropped up a lot. I kind of want to talk about Dallas because I don't know. I feel like Dallas? I don't know. They're an interesting team for me this year because they have a lot of talent, but they also have a lot of room to go down.
Yeah, right?
I feel like everybody's just kind of like, oh yeah, the Stars are going to be super good, and I'm like, I mean,
I think the Stars are the trendy pick out of the Central, just for people trying to be different, right? And so you just see it everywhere, and you're just like, yeah, clown. They're not going to be a bad team. They're for sure making the playoffs in my eyes,
right?
Whether that's a wild card or an 110-point team, I don't know. But, I think they're good. Pete DeBoer's a good coach. I don't love their defense. And so
that's one thing that I was looking at.
Yeah, I think in order for them to repeat, the 108 points or whatever they had, they're going to have to not age at all.
Yeah, right.
They've proven that they don't age, even though they're all old. So,
yeah. So their defense right now is Miro Heiskanen, Esa Lindell, Ryan Suter, Yanni Hakanpää, Nils Lundqvist, and then some guys. They got
not very good.
Thomas Harley.
Heiskanen's awesome. Harley is pretty good. But other than that, man, Lindell and Hakanpää is a really bad second pairing.
Yeah, and then you got Ryan Suter. What they roll. Ryan Suter was a mess in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Suter's Heiskanen's partner. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what kind of season we're going to see from Miro Heiskanen because everybody was thinking he's going to have a really big season last year, and he produced fine. He ended the season with 73 points. That's good, but he was just bad, kind of uncharacteristically bad defensively.
It got better throughout the year, but it started really not very good.
Was it
his own zone? It got there.
That was last year.
It got there.
Yeah,
and he was I don't know. He just didn't look the same in the playoffs really either.
No,
he would. I think that had to do some with him. He was playing 32 minutes a night for them because the
with Ryan Suter,
right, and the rest of that defense is great.
Was he with Colton Miller at that point?
Both. It was just rotating.
Yeah, and Colton Miller was fine. But he's not a first pairing defenseman.
Yeah, so their forwards are gonna have to pick it up.
Well, and the thing is that how much do their forwards pick it up? Because Jamie Benn, this is the big one. Jamie Benn was their second leading scorer last year. He had 33 goals, 45 assists. That is the highest number he's had. He hasn't had 33 goals since the 2017-2018 season. 45 assists is the highest since, I think, was that the year he won the Art Ross in
Might have been.
2015-16.
Yeah, maybe.
He shot 7.
You're muted.
Yeah, I know.
He shot.
Being spoken to. He shot 17.3%, which is by far a career high.
Yeah.
The last time he shot that high was he shot 16%. I think that's 2015-16 must have been the year he won the Art Ross.
Was it 14-15 or 15-16?
You know what? We'll just look. They're both like kind of high. Jamie Ben, when did you win the Art Ross? 2014-15. Okay, so wait, was that the year I was looking at? No, okay, so it's here after he won the Art Ross. But yeah, no, though, like these are numbers that like the past 3 years he shot 11%, 9%, 10%,
Mm-hmm.
and then the years before that it was like 14. Like this was like really high for him, like a really high shooting percentage, and he was the Stars' second leading scorer. Joe Pavelski, we'll see whenever that guy decides that he's a mortal man.
Yeah, no, I think they're due for about a 5 to 10 point slip. I think they'll finish with around 100.
Yeah, it's this like give and take. They have a lot of young guys, but they also have a lot of old guys. So are the old guys going to fall off slow enough that the young guys can replace their scoring, or are they going to, everything like that? And, they were also pretty healthy last year, if I remember right.
They're really healthy. Like,
yeah,
that's not going to, I mean, it could repeat, but we just don't know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was just, what was their shooting percentage? The shooting percentage wasn't actually that high that last year.
Their save percentage was, though.
Yeah. Which I could see that repeating. Jake Ottinger's really good. So I don't 10. God, still can't believe Seattle shot 10% last year. That's absurd.
Yeah. They're going to be like a 90-point team. Barely missed the playoffs.
Seattle, yeah, they have done nothing this year.
Nothing. Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just need high-end talent, and they just don't make any moves for it. They just
which I get it and I don't, because I understand they don't want to push too hard, because I think there's an understanding that what happened last year with how they shot, how many careers they had, I mean, all those guys, I mean, they're gone. It's likely not to repeat, but also like just not even replace the dudes they lost. Like,
yeah,
it's, let me look at, like, so they lost Susie, Sprong, God, who else did they lose?
Susie, Sprong,
Geeky.
Yeah, well, Geeky was a fourth liner.
Geeky was like in and out. He was weird.
Yeah.
I guess, but they kind of did.
It's not too much.
They got Yamamoto, which he's not as good as Geeky, or sorry, Sprong. Like, they kind of like replaced them in the sense that they have people filling their roster spots, but they're not as good. Like, they got Brian Dumoulin to replace Carson Soucy. He's not as good.
No.
They got Kyler Yamamoto to replace Daniel Sprong. I don't really know. I don't think they're quite close, but
Yamamoto
I think it's
won't produce as much, but at least he plays a little harder.
Yeah. And then Belmar to replace Geeky is, I don't know, like, I think it's kind of similar. Like,
yeah, Belmar is just a nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they're interesting. I mean, not a whole lot has really been happening around the league. Like, it's just been a really boring August, and I feel like we say that every August, but like
This year especially.
this year is just a slog. And like it's been so boring where I've like forgotten about the Avalanche at certain times, you know? Like I never like they're all I think about usually, right? Um, but it's been so boring that it's just I guess life without them has become a little normal, which is
Yeah, like after kind of rookie
interesting.
camp, especially, it was just kind of like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, you wanted to talk about the schedule. I mean, it's starting pretty soon, so a few weeks we've got
the rookie camp
rookie
or the
showcase.
second, the rookie showcase. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they do like a few practices and then they go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be interested to see the roster for that. That's really
Mm-hmm.
like the next big thing is like who goes, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if Barrett's plays in that, or because if I remember right, he did not last year.
Because college kids can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Barons. No.
So we're not going to be able to see Barons or Ambrosio.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if Olausen got better.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he hurt? Was that why he wasn't?
Oh no, I just mean like better, as in.
Oh, it's like a player. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean he was hanging out with Peter Forsberg, so.
Yeah, that can only do good things for you. Again,
Exactly.
You know?
By the way, have you seen? I know this has been like a trending thing lately, where you like extrapolate people's careers, see how long they would have played if they played as long as Gordie Howe. The fact that
Mm-hmm.
dude, imagine if Peter Forsberg was still playing in the league. Oh my god.
Honestly, he probably could. Like, he didn't need speed, man.
No, he just needed
To
power.
be successful. It was
Skill.
just all power, all skill. Man.
Pierre.
I watched those 2 games in 2011. I tell you, he still had it.
Yeah,
He was just too hurt.
It was too much for him. Yeah, that's
too much
really
for his
sucks.
ankle. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what he did. He would try different skate after different skate, see if it could fit him more comfortably. But it was a soft tissue damage, and there's nothing you could do about that, really.
Right.
It's always gonna hurt.
Give me 1 second. I want to see if this works. I need to go try something really quick.
Woods. Okay.
Tiger Woods. What were we talking about? We were talking about Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait.
I don't want to talk about Seattle anymore.
We moved on to something else. What did we move on to?
Schedule.
That's right. I've been looking at the schedule a lot because
the Avalanche opened their season in LA.
That's so weird, dude. I remember
fun. It's been a while since they've started on the road, and I think it's going to be fun. Watch them.
It's been a while since
the road.
They've started the season against Chicago.
Yeah, get a vibe for the team, and then they'll come home and see what it's like.
Yeah, dude. It's why did it scroll all the way up? It's an interesting start because like you go LA, San Jose, Seattle. They work themselves up the PNW. I might try and go to that Seattle game. It's only a 4-hour drive. Yeah. It's $56 for a round trip train ticket, but
that's not bad.
It's not bad. The only problem is that I would have to the ticket back is super late. It's super early, so it would leave during the game. So I could take the train up and then fly back. I don't even know. Or I could stay.
How much would an Uber would be?
How much would an Uber or a hotel be? I don't know. This is something I'll have to research. But yeah, so that's they play Seattle super early in Seattle. So they play Seattle in the 3rd game of the season, and then their series is done by the 3rd. They play Seattle 3 times by the 13th of November. They wanted to get all that playoff blood back.
Yeah, well, I hate them, so.
Yeah, well, I hate them too.
That'll be fun.
You think, dude, Nathan McKinnon is going to have some things he's going to want to do to Philip Grubauer.
Yes, he's going to have some thoughts to share.
Yeah. Anyways, and then obviously the Avs start the season at home against Chicago because of course they do. That's all we do now.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Get to see Bedard. That's fun.
That will be fun. Yeah, their October's kind of tough. LA, Seattle, Carolina, Islanders.
California road trip to start
Pens.
is just rude.
Yeah, the California trip, and then they come home and play Chicago and Carolina, and then they play the Islanders, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo. So they go on a little. It's not really metro because Buffalo's in the Atlantic, but which I think is the funniest thing that the team that's on an island literally in the Atlantic Ocean is in the Metropolitan Division, rather than Buffalo, who's in upstate New York. But whatever. Then they have a one-off against St. Louis. They don't have a back-to-back game until November 24th, where they play Minnesota at home, and then they play Calgary at home. So it's nice to not have a back-to-back.
They didn't have a ton. Yeah.
Yeah, no, year. Especially, yeah. Yeah, there's stretches. I was looking at it because it perfectly coincides with my spring break. They have a 5-day home stretch in the middle of at the end of March. 5-game. It's January and February. 18th? What?
They play on March 18th.
They do they? No, they don't.
Darn.
Why?
That's my birthday.
Yeah, they don't play on my birthday again this year either, which is probably a good thing. Every time I remember them, the only time I remember them winning on my birthday was that one game in 2018 where they beat the crap out of Arizona.
They beat the Red Wings last year on my birthday in Detroit.
I remember that. Yeah, it was an early, nice little matinee game for you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, it's their schedule's like so. February and January is like the meat of it. So
just good.
Like that's where it's tough, yeah, and that's like around right before the deadline. So yeah, it's a big they played. So it's the Islanders, Stars, Panthers, Bruins, Vegas, Leafs, Canadiens in Ottawa, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington. I have no idea what to think about them this year. Los Angeles. Then there's the All-Star break. Then they start with a 6-game road trip out east. So it's the Rangers, the Devils, the Hurricanes, the Panthers, the Capitals, and the Lightning. That'll be fun. They will absolutely lose that first game to New York, probably. First game out of the break on the road.
And the second one to New Jersey.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might beat the Rangers. They've been pretty good at Madison Square, if I remember right. But
yeah.
No. But then it kind of slows down. They play Arizona, Vancouver, Detroit. Then it's Toronto and Dallas at home, then Chicago. And then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? They have a Sega Baba with Calgary and Vancouver. I might try and go to that Vancouver game.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the road.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
End the season against Edmonton at home.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm just thinking about. Sorry, I'm deep in thought about the Central Division because I think it's not very good.
Yeah, no,
bad. It's actually bad now.
I don't know.
I think the Avalanche are going to win it, and I think they're going to win it comfortably. And then I think Dallas is going to be second, Minnesota third. They're both going to be right around 100 points. And then what? It's just a bunch of bad teams.
See, but I don't think that I don't think it's. Oh God, it's interesting because like the ceiling might not be as high. Like I don't know how good Dallas is going to be this year. I don't know if they're going to be as good as last year.
But
There's
they're a playoff team, right? Like
right. Like you have three bona
same
fide
with
playoff
Minnesota.
teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Avs.
And then a bunch of bad teams. Like I don't think Nashville and St. Louis are particularly close.
Well, yeah. So it's to me, it's Nashville, St. Louis, and Winnipeg are like they might push.
I think Winnipeg will probably finish fourth, but like I don't think they're very good.
Yeah, well, it depends on what Winnipeg does because are they going to sell these guys that they've been rumored to sell all year?
And if
Who
they don't
knows?
sell them, they're just going to be another wild card team, and they're going to lose in the first round to the Avs or something. So
Yeah, exactly. And then it's but the thing where I think that makes it more better than years before is that Arizona and Chicago are on the up. So while it might not be quite as like
sure.
all around, I
Even
guess
then, they're gonna be like 70. I think Arizona could finish with 80 points, but I think Chicago's like a 70-point team.
yeah, you like unless Connor Bedard just comes in and it's just like absolutely sick, like
Which I think he will be. I think he'll be really good, but I don't think
yeah,
that's
but will
going to
he
be
be
enough.
like just
That's
a
such a
really
bad
good?
team.
Is he going to be really good for rookies, or he's just going to be really good for like just really good?
Right. Well, I think he'll be point per game first year. I do. I just think he's really good.
I think he definitely could be.
Yeah, guys that don't need speed to be insanely good, like they're just like Sidney Crosby, just an absolute problem because his game isn't built around speed. It's all smarts and skill and power, and you know. So I just get scared of those guys.
Oops.
So
yeah, no,
But like,
definitely that first home game back will be interesting.
I feel like there's 3 playoff teams, and then there's like a 90-ish point team in Winnipeg, and then there's like 3 80-ish, 80 to 85 point teams, and
I
then
think
Chicago.
Yeah, I think Nashville could be a sleeper team.
That's what we said kind of last year too, but I just think they're not very good.
Last year they also were like injured as hell.
Yeah, that's true, but they also just weren't very good either.
They got a lot of picks next year.
Yeah, I think they'll be good someday.
Yeah,
again.
so I mean, with Ryan O'Reilly, he's not as good as he used to be. Gustav Nyquist, Colton Sissons, Cody Glass, Jakub Trenin. It's like it's a lot of mid. Then Roman Yossi, Ryan McDonough, Tyson Berry, Luke Shen, Alexander Carrier,
and they have Saros in net, so that's good. Like I think it's just 80 to 85 point team written all over it.
Yeah. We'll see how good Luke Evangelista really is.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Tommy Novak is going to be a point per game player.
No, I don't think so either.
Anymore.
I mean, I don't think either of them are, to be honest.
It was just stupid. So I think, and then I think St. Louis is bad, and yeah.
Boy, this team is so cheap.
Which team?
The Sabres, dude. They got like Ryan O'Reilly's at 4.5. Gustav Nyquist is at 3. Yeah. Oh, what did I say?
Sabres.
Oh, they're kind of cheap too. Cody Glass and Colton Sissons are around 2. Jakub Trenin at 1.7. Then they have everybody else under $1 million on their forward core. Their highest paid player on their forward core is 4.5.
Yeah.
But they also don't have a single defenseman under $2 million. So
bad. They're bad.
They're gonna be a weird team, man. It's just such a weird year.
Yep.
Did Ross Colton also sign after?
Ross Colton did sign after. We were a little bit off. We said 3 to 3.5. It would end up being 4x4. So
I'm more than fine with it.
No problems. It's probably $500K too expensive for my taste, but I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean the cap's going up anyways, so.
Yeah, but everyone says that about every contract.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I just don't have a problem with $500K extra. It's fine.
Speaking
It's
of
probably. I mean, he's gonna score a lot of goals. So happy.
probably, yeah. Speaking of pests who played for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Brandon Hagel got extended today. What do you think of that contract? 8 by 6.5?
See, I think it's an overpay right now, but like
Yeah, he's only 24.
that's going to be the market for guys who score 65 to 70 points, right? Like 6.5.
Yeah,
That's going to be about right soon,
it seems like a good deal for both sides, and like the security is good for Hagel, but the problem is he's really tying himself to a sinking ship.
Yeah. And like Tampa, I don't know, 8 by 6.5. It's expensive. It's just not that bad. I mean, Hagel's young enough and like
Yeah, he had a good season
65,
last
70
year.
points, the good defensive numbers. I think he's worth every bit of that if he can just do that every year. 60, 55 to 70 points in that range and good defense. I think he's worth. So
Yeah, they're gonna have some tough decisions next year because Steven Stamkos is a UFA and they're, as always, over the cap already. So
yeah,
they're just an interesting team.
yeah.
God, they have Vasilevsky signed for, dude. I forgot they signed JoJo.
Yeah. I trolled this Twitter group chat for like a month after Tampa signed JoJo. I would just send them like paragraphs just saying how I miss JoJo with a bunch of emojis, like sad face emojis, all the different ones, and they finally got so fed up with it.
They kick you.
Those were days. No, they didn't. They just stop with the JoJo stuff, and then I'd be like, "But I miss him." So that's been my summer.
That's been Blake's summer. I don't know if you've seen the urinating tree video, but
I did watch that.
It was really good analysis of the Avs free agency. All the other stuff happened.
Dude. Like, yep. Miles Wood, Jonathan Drouin, and the King.
Jack
and
Johnson.
the King.
God bless us all.
You want to see a screenshot I took today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
God. It's kind of crazy. This is going to be Jack Johnson's third year with the team.
I'm not actually going to do it, but I was thinking about it. Thinking about it.
The jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I might take. There's
so
a point,
much money, dude.
There's a point where I might just get a Fanatics, just for the memes. You know, like if I just show people that I got a Jack Johnson jersey, everybody would just think it's the greatest thing ever.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, so.
Yeah.
He's just Jack Johnson. He's
Jack
special.
Johnson, man. What a guy.
Special
Jack
man.
Johnson is. Anyways, there's not much else to talk about. It's super slow. I don't know.
Has been slow. I bet you it speeds up here. We probably have a few more dead weeks. Maybe that have sign a guy.
Yeah.
I can guarantee a PTO or two.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, those are starting to get ramped up. What was it? Chiasson. I never know how to say his name. Chason, that's it. And then Carolina signed another defenseman.
Bleau, the worst player in the NHL. He's even worse than Curtis McDermott. We talked about it one day.
I think we did.
Nathan Bleau is worse than Curtis McDermott. He's the one. He's the one player.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude, the only people that Ben Meyers got more minutes than last year who played regular games was Curtis McDermott and Jacob McDonald.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. I totally don't mind if he's the 4C. They just have to find a face-off guy for the PK, and I'm sure it's going to be Colton, but he's never done that before. So I just feel like they need another penalty killer, but
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, that
it's
should about do it.
that'll do it. I don't know. I guess we'll come back at you if I don't know. We'll see what happens.
If when something happens.
Yeah, exactly. Something's gotta happen.
We waited a month for this show, plus a month and a half, and
yeah,
I mean
and there's
that
still
month and a
nothing.
half, like
We're
only
here
like
talking
3 things
about
happened.
Ben Meyers, Matt Stienburg, and
Ross Colton's contract, and that's it.
yeah. So
yeah,
we talk about what number Frederick Olafson's gonna wear.
What number is he gonna wear?
Oh, I gotta do some research.
Wasn't he like 43 with Dallas? I wouldn't be surprised if he just took that. He takes his number.
He was 42.
42. Okay. Oh, he can't take that.
Nope.
24.
He could take 24. 24 is stacked for the Avs now, by the way.
John Clem.
Did I say 24? I meant the 20s.
Yeah.
The 20s in general. Because
20.
they got Colton, Wood, Duran, McKinnon. Obviously, they can't have. Yeah, right. Forsberg and Hayduk are retired.
Mm-hmm. 25 is not. No one wears 25.
Except for LC.
Yeah, but no one good.
Hey, man. What did he wear at Omaha State? He wore 28. Oh, that's been taken.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. God damn it. Okay. Is he American? No, he's Swedish. He spent a lot of time in America. Like he played in the USHL and then he played for. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I gotta see. I gotta look through every team he's played for. He went over to the Swedish league for a little bit. That's interesting. I don't know, man. He did wear 24 for the Texas Stars, so I would assume he'd probably take that. He wore 8 for Sweden, but obviously that's not going to happen.
That ain't happening.
Nope. 24 is, probably the best guess. So. Yeah.
Okay.
There's that. There's your Frederick Olafson talk.
Well, okay.
Shout out Stars fans. I hate you. Yeah.
We'll be back.
Bye,
when
everybody.
happens. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.